Hey everyone, if you're focused on elevating your career or maybe building a truly high-performing team, you are in the right place. In this explainer, we're going to unpack a brilliant classic fable today. And what I love about this story is that it completely strips away all the corporate jargon to reveal the true, invisible roots of achievement. Like, what does it actually take to grow something that lasts? Let's get right into it. So the story starts with a poor boy who approaches a wise old man, and he asks him the ultimate question: why do some people succeed while others fail? And honestly, every professional, every ambitious leader, every single entrepreneur asks themselves this exact question at some point, right? We look at the people who have reached the absolute pinnacle of our industries, and we just wonder, what is the secret formula? What do they know that the rest of us don't? We almost always expect it to be some complicated strategy or a 50-point masterclass or some hidden matrix of networking secrets. But the old man doesn't give a complex lecture. He doesn't pull out a sprawling diagram or hand over this heavily researched manual on market dynamics. Instead, he simply smiles, reaches out, and hands the boy a tiny seed. That's it. Literally just one single minuscule seed. It's a completely surprising, honestly kind of comical response to such a massive, heavy question. But as we'll see, the purest simplicity of this answer is exactly what makes it so incredibly powerful for our own professional lives. Now, the boy's immediate reaction is pure skepticism. He looks at it and says, "It's just a seed. How can this change my life?" You can almost hear the profound disappointment in his voice. And you know what? This perfectly mirrors how we often react in our own careers. Think about how often we underestimate the power of small foundational beginnings. We want the grand promotion, the viral launch, the massive funding round. When we're told to focus on the absolute basics, like having one really good conversation, writing one clean line of code, or just consistently showing up on time, we get skeptical. We think, well, it's just a small task. How is that going to change my career? Okay, let's dive into this, because the old man follows up handing over the seed with 3 incredibly unglamorous instructions. 1, plant it. 2, water it every day. 3, come back. There is absolutely no glamour here, is there? I mean, there's no ribbon-cutting ceremony for planting a seed in the dirt, but these are the exact fundamental steps required to launch any new professional initiative. You have to commit to the idea, which is planting it. You have to put in the daily, totally uncelebrated effort, which is watering it. And you've got to have the patience to let time do its work, which is coming back later. And here is where the harsh reality of leadership really sets in. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. Just think about the pacing of that for a second. Just watering the dirt every single day. It is a repetitive, totally mundane grind. Because true leadership is rarely about those massive, cinematic moments of triumph. Most of the time, it is about daily discipline. It's about sending that weekly update email, checking in on your team members, refining your strategy, day after day, week after week, month after month, even when absolutely nothing looks different on the surface. Well, eventually the boy reaches his breaking point. Totally frustrated, he says, "Nothing is happening. Maybe it's useless." But the old man calmly counters with, "The roots are growing where you can't see them." And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate clash of mindsets. On one side, you have the impatient novice looking for immediate results, totally ready to abandon the project just because the surface looks exactly the same. But on the other side, you have the seasoned leader who deeply values the unseen work. The old man knows that a lack of visible change does not mean a lack of progress. This idea perfectly validates the professional burnout so many of us feel. In today's business world, we are obsessed with immediate key performance indicators, our KPIs. We want weekly metrics, real-time dashboards, instant feedback. And when those immediate KPIs aren't visible, man, it is so easy to feel like you are just failing. But you have to remember the old man's wisdom. The roots are growing where you can't see them. Having those awkward but super necessary one-on-ones, developing a genuinely healthy company culture, mastering a really complex new skill, these are crucial professional roots that simply cannot be tracked on a daily dashboard. And then the breakthrough happens. Finally, a strong plant breaks through the soil. This is that incredible moment in a career when all that hidden effort suddenly bursts into the public eye. To everyone else, it looks like an overnight success, right? It's like a startup that seemingly came out of nowhere to dominate the market, hiding the fact that they spent 5 years near bankruptcy, just grinding out iterations. People looking at the sprout didn't see the months of watering the dirt. But you know that this sudden public realization is entirely the result of all that long-term, unseen foundational work. Which brings us to the core lesson. The old man tells the boy, "Success is exactly like this seed. You simply cannot have the strong, thriving plant without the dirt, the seed, and the endless days of watering. You can't have the high-performing team or the elite career without the unglamorous daily grind of showing up and doing the foundational work. The boy finally gets it, and we can connect this directly to our own professional development. So the crucial point is that before anyone ever sees your results, you must build strong roots through 3 essential elements: patience, discipline, and hard work. Patience, to really understand that real growth operates on its own timeline. Discipline, to keep watering the seed even when you feel unmotivated or, let's be honest, just bored. And hard work, to ensure you're actually doing the right things every single day. These 3 elements are the absolute fuel for long-term success, long before any public results are ever seen. And that brings us to the central takeaway of our explainer today. Don't quit because you can't see progress. Growth is happening beneath the surface. If you take away anything from this session, please let it be this. As a leader, as a professional, the seen success you desire will always, literally 100% of the time, rely on the unseen grind. When you feel like quitting because the dirt looks exactly the same today as it did yesterday, remind yourself that the root system is expanding. I want to leave you with a final thought to carry with you as you head back into your work today. What roots do you need to be watering in your career right now? Is it a skill you need to practice? Maybe a relationship with a colleague you need to nurture, or a tough project that just requires a little more daily discipline. Whatever your seed is, don't let impatience rob you of your future harvest. Keep watering, keep growing. Thank you so much for